Hello and welcome back to Factorio and Space Age. I've let this run for a little bit, so the interplanetary logistics ship is doing fairly well. I've tweaked some things a little bit, but I think it's working okay now. I'm sure we'll find some more minor tweaks to do eventually. Right, we still have this here. That's fine. Now, one of the things that I've had on my to-do list is extending this ship. So once we get back to Novice, that's what we're gonna do. I'm thinking maybe 2 more of these on the sides and then a little bit more asteroid processing here as well. Yeah. So I think that's gonna be pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna pause this ship here. We are going to do this here. So 1, 2 is that much. And we'll do 1, 2 there. You know what? I'm getting greedy. Let's do 3. So we'll do 3 here. Yeah. Another thing that I've been thinking about is I want to put inserters on this side as well. Because one of the downsides of this belt being really, really long is that it takes some time. So we don't want to run out of asteroids, and we want to try and maximize the uptime here. And there we go. So we'll do this. Okay, we're just gonna go through, nope, and do this. Then we'll go on the other side here. Now these have long enough range that this is not gonna be a problem. I can just leave that as it is. And I think it's 10. We'll do this for now. Again, minimizing the distance a little bit. It doesn't matter too much, we'll have a different one here, actually, which is a bit... That's a bit annoying. Okay. Let's do this. That. That needs to jump there. It's one ice thing that we'll be missing here, but not the end of the world. I think we'll do that. And this here is finished. Need a little bit more of these things. Another thing that we can do now is I will really want to decentralize the quantum processor production from Aquilo. One, because it's gonna be way easier to fish for legendaries. And so on. So it's gonna be really nice. We'll have a good time with that. But we need a space platform for that. What should we name it? MIT Coffee Station. I didn't have a better name for that, but... Okay. We are apparently struggling a little bit here with bioflux, which I find interesting. With this, I actually wanted to experiment with something. I don't know if this is how it works. Can I put a capture bot rocket in here? If I can find it. Here. If I can, that's gonna be kind of cool. Let's see. Yeah, I can. Oh, that's insane. Okay. And you are now a bit more friendly, yeah? Okay, so MIT Coffee Station. Let's see, maybe here. So the big challenge of this is gonna be getting it to move to other planets, right? Because this needs to be travel capable. And it needs to be self-sustaining in an environment where we have chunks and big asteroids. So that means rocket producing capabilities, for sure. This is probably done. Let's send it back to Novice. This guy looks to be pretty done as well. Let's send that to Volcanus. See how we do there. Hopefully that's gonna be kind of chill. And then we can do our thing, right? Maybe I need a bit more on the edge here, but definitely should have 2 more here though. So the speed is a bit reduced, but hopefully we'll be able to catch way more asteroids with the surface area that we have. Well, that's the idea, anyway. Okay. How are we doing? Yeah, we have a lot of asteroids here. The big issue is fuel, which should be solved now, actually. Because we're making the explosives. That needs to actually go through. Yeah, so and I think this ship is probably semi-ready. We did make some changes to it. So I am going to update my blueprint here. Boom. That's pretty good. We have a lot of metallic, but we don't have a lot of the others. I'm gonna set inactivity on this one as well. Hope that that's gonna be enough to not strand it somewhere. Let's send it towards Shattered Planet a bit and see. We mainly need to farm some asteroids and see if that's gonna be doing its thing here. It's a little bit too wide, actually. Okay. I just want to make a square. If possible. There we go. Cool. So the question is if this is enough or not. I think it's 4, yeah. I want to make a little bit of a different design than what I usually do. We'll see if that's gonna be appreciated or not by our enemies, the asteroids. And this guy is running fairly well at this point. I think maybe a smidge too fast. See if we can reduce the speed here a bit. Maybe we'll be satisfied here with a 4-engine setup. And I think we can let this... I think we can let this go, actually. Okay. So the concept that we used last time is this. Because our thought process here was we can have way higher density on a belt than we have asteroids. Right? Because we can technically have a lot more of the items here. Right? So I think we're gonna keep to that thing. We're gonna do something like this. Which is kinda nice. So I wanna steal this. Right. We can do this. Can we make that smaller, please? There we go. So we'll have this guy. We will have the that's a bit annoying actually. We'll have this guy. Like so. Then we'll take this last guy here. Like so. And do that. So then we have a decent concept. Now this is obviously not going to be super flawless because we're going to be missing some of the asteroids that go through here, right? I'm thinking to do something really long here. And then we'll do a little flip there. We'll put that on the other side as well. And this belt that we get out here, we kind of want to do that, yeah? And then we had some controls for this as well, right? We had this. We'll put that here. We also had these. But in this case, I think we'll put them here, yeah. So we can put this here. And we can do this, yeah. We're gonna have to count the input, and I'm pretty sure that we do count the input from here, yeah. So we just count the input from here. Boom. Which is great. And then we complete the sushi belt by running this back. Right? Now, I don't think we need a lot of resources for this. So I think this is gonna be more than enough, right? In terms of fuel, I am pretty convinced that we will just be running a one-engine setup. Which is fine. Can we do... No, I'll copy that. We'll flip it. We'll do that. And then let me take this from here. We'll take those away. I don't think there's much point in having anything else there. No, the other way around. Oh, that's gonna be a bit weird. But it's fine. We'll do this. Then we'll figure something out on the other side. There we go. So far, so good. I don't particularly like that, but it should be fine, yeah? Hopefully, this amount will be more than enough, right? We're gonna need some water as well on this guy. You're gonna need some ice that you can conveniently get from the same belt. Which is great. Now, this can also get stuff from here, which is great. I think we're gonna be satisfied with yellow ammo, probably. Yellow ammo and yellow rockets, probably gonna be okay. We can just do direct insertion from this, yeah. We can probably have power generation on this side, and then we'll do ammo crafting on this side. That should be fine. Okay. So we're gonna need some kind of explosives here as well from this. Which is good. Put that on a shared belt. Actually, we don't need that. We'll just do this. And then where is this? Here. This is fine. Okay. We'll do that. And then we need to read contents. This is whenever a magazine is under, let's say, 2000. And that's also gonna be a no. You're gonna have a manual filter. This is gonna be rocket and rocket. Boom. Easy peasy. Then we'll do the rockets here. That should all be fine. I'm kind of thinking about this setup. Okay, so we want the cryogenic plant, the pipes, this, that, probably the inserter, no, fuck that. We'll take it like this, yeah. So how do we fit this in here? Apparently, we don't. Okay. Screw the symmetry there. I want this reactor here. That's gonna be like end of story, right? And output kinda needs to be fusion power. Let's start by getting that from Novice. Then I want stack inserter Renos. This is gonna be normal magazine. This is gonna be yellow rocket. Okay. I have a feeling actually. We already thrown the symmetry out the window, so we'll go here. That's fine. So when we do get ammo out from here, well, how do we want to defend these? That's the question. I think this is probably too tight. I kinda like that thing that we did the other time. Do something like this. Probably. Not really. We do it on the other side here, though. That should be fine-ish. Okay, we'll do that. Now I think that we need to transfer the red one as well, right? That's what I'm doing here. Right, I take the red one. I put it into all of those. We'll need something to compare to. There we go. So technically that should be able to be running right now. Can do that. We don't exactly need this though. But we probably want to get ammo upstairs as well, right? Okay, cool. Not bad. Probably a bit too much overkill on the turret config here. We'll need some turrets down here as well, and then we'll need some on the upstairs stuff. Cut that. We'll read that. Output that. Put that down there. This needs to go in here. Okay. So far so good. As I said, it should not be consuming that much ammo, right? Okay. Something... No. No, no, no. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. That should also be able to cover everything, right? So we can do that. Let's send some of the... Actually, no. We can do this. Send some of the ammo in there as well. And do one of this on the other side. Okay. Okay. So the big problem here is we have no idea have no idea. Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're kind of chilling. 70 is a little bit too little, I think. Having a little bit more speed is not gonna hurt. Like around 90 is pretty good. Right, we need this 200. Boom. We don't have any solar here anywhere, do we? We'll do that. We can kickstart this ship. And then we'll see how it's gonna go. Okay, can we get the solar now, please? That would be excellent. Now, I think this is a fairly long thing. So I think we'll try and stack up a little bit more, yeah. So I don't wanna... yeah, that it should be fine. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. That's probably gonna be... It's probably gonna be enough. Let's remove these. You can send them back to the surface as well. Okay, and then we really need some water to come over here to this part. I'm thinking should have one of these here. For each one of these. Not sure how necessary it is for it to keep up. But we'll do that. I think we'll do this as well. We'll do that. Okay, it should have some... It should have enough, I hope. It should have enough. How's Farmer doing? Moving extremely slowly. 3.3, 3.4k so far. We'll need to do that as well, actually. So what we can do here as well, this is gonna change to a kilo. What we can do here, no, bro, why are you doing that to me? Do this. So I'd like to get the ammo up and running. We can. I probably want to do this. It doesn't really cost us anything, but I think that's fairly reasonable to do. And water is also something we should probably be stacking up just slightly, right? This is only small, medium, and this is big. And around a kilo, we'll have the chunks and the big ones. Okay. So we're not gonna... Okay. Interesting. So we could have done mostly with rockets if we wanted to. Interesting observation right there. What? Why did you get stranded? Huh? You've been stranded for a few minutes. For some reason. Why? I haven't changed anything in your fuel. No, it's pretty much the same. Increased a little bit, but not much. That's weird. And you're trying to catch ice, right? Do we have any pipe in here? Yeah, a little bit actually. Did not think I'd be doing water from Legendary ice. Oh, we might have to do that. Simply because this here is now getting way less asteroids, right? Gonna get way less than before. Which is very unfortunate. Well, let's see if we can feed this in here and see if that helps. There is no calcite at all. For some reason. I mean, yeah, that's probably gonna go to a lot of the other stuff. But fuel is gonna be the problem for a bit. I'm thinking probably this is gonna need to be bigger, but it's a good experiment to see how far we get with this. Okay. Well, we're not gonna throw that away immediately anymore. So hopefully that's gonna be enough. Also, I don't want to take all of it because we need it for science, right? But I think we've been voiding so much of it, right? Right now we're doing like 80, 100, 200. So there's a lot of asteroid processing here going on. Hopefully that's gonna be enough, yeah. Okay. We're getting some ammo still. The thing about this ship is, it's probably gonna move extremely slowly. Which is gonna give us a lot of time to catch extra stuff. Which is really what I want at this point. very, very slow though. Not only slow, but this is gonna struggle a bit. This is gonna have to run for a bit, and kickstarting ships is not my biggest strength. Just double checking here a little bit what's going on Gleba. We have 30 of these now. Missing mostly some other stuff. This seems to work fairly well. Actually. And this is gonna keep going as well. The question is, now wow, we're doing 600 legendary iron per minute now. Up from, like, we were probably averaging around 300 here. So this is a good increase from that. And we can probably do even more. I'm gonna be honest. Well, if this wasn't such a problem. Fuel is being so problematic right now. But this here is stacking up. So once we have that under control, I suspect that this is gonna solve itself. This is very, very slowly doing something. Right. We kind of need something to compare to as well, right? That would be smart. Do this. And that. Pretty great. Pretty great. So copper actually has reached a point where it's too much. Well, we are going. Well, hopefully we'll be able to maintain the speed eventually. Anyway, I think this guy is getting there as well, which is really great. This is gonna need a little bit of a design touch as well, but I'm feeling pretty decent about this ship. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching and have a super nice day.